Hey, Evangelist Robb of Robb Woods Ministries. I want to prophetically decree and declare to you that America, the nation of America, my friends, which was once founded on biblical Christian Judeo principles, precepts, theology, the Bible, is now facing one of the most pivotal, sorry about that, critical and pivotal times that we are facing right now. We're in a crossroads. Jeremiah in the Bible talks about a crossroads. The Bible talks about two roads, the wide road and the narrow road. Now, let me suggest this: the sin of America. You may not like this, and I've never been an alarmist or a doomsday guy, but the Lord's moved my ministry in this season, and I'm going to speak what the Lord's telling me to speak, no more and no less. As a watchman of the Lord, I'm not going to add to, I'm not going to take away, I'm going to deliver my soul. But the sins in this nation of America have risen to the nostrils of God, my friends. There are tipping points, boiling points, and bowls of incense in the heavens, and they can be filled up in good, spill over back on the earth with righteousness, or they can be filled up with detestable, abominable acts and then spill over. And be honest, America is going to get what America deserves. And I'm not here as a wise guy, a recruit, or a punk. I'm just trying to tell you, the Lord has spoken to me as of late. The judgment that's coming on this nation. Now, you may not like that word, but the Bible's very clear in Matthew 24. There are signs of the times. This is not rocket science. You don't have to be a biblical expert to understand that the word plague and pestilence is mentioned over 100 times in the Bible. We're coming off the coronavirus in New York. Jesus said in Matthew 24, nation against nation. In the Greek, that means ethnic groups against ethnic groups. And friends, these racial riots, these protests are not going to get better. And certainly my condolences as a minister of the gospel to the killing of Mr. George Floyd. Is there police brutality? Absolutely. But the great majority of police are good. They want to see good. They want to have law enforcement. Unfortunately, there's always a percentage in any sphere, whether it's school teachers, construction workers, preachers, Christian preachers, friends. Their motives are erroneous and off. And there are policemen that are just frustrated, and maybe they got mental problems. I don't know, at this point. But the point I'm trying to make is we read the back of the book, and is Revelations all metaphorical? Is it literal? Is it a combination of both? Friends, many are preaching and teaching the book of Revelations to be completely symbolic and metaphorical, and there's nothing of anything in literal fashion in it. That's not true, because Jesus talked about the great tribulation, the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of birth pangs, perilous times, and we're seeing the contractions intensify. And the Lord spoke to me several key things, and again, I don't really listen to a lot of people. I don't even have a TV on in my house, which is crazy. I do have internet and Wi-Fi, so I can go on, certain news channels and just check out what's happening. But again, I try and shut out voices to hear the voice of the Lord. And one of the things the Lord spoke to me is that what's coming is going to be 10 times worse soon than what was recently in the last few months. And that freaked me out, man. I didn't release this and say this because, I don't want to come on here and, I just don't need the aggravation, to be honest with you. So when the Lord spoke that, I began to say, my God, twice as bad, 3 times, 5 times. He said 10 times. Things are going to manifest and come to fruition on the earth that are going to be cataclysmic. And then I says, Lord, can it be diverted? Can it be thwarted? Can it be stopped? History belongs in the heart of the intercessor. I stood for a man in the gap. I looked for a man. I looked for a woman to be a burden bearer. Hezekiah wept and, turned his heart bitterly towards the wall, and the Lord extended his years 15 years, his days 15 years. So I says, Lord, can this? And the Lord spoke to me. He said simply this: it cannot be stopped. And that freaked me, and I was just like, wow, it's crazy, you know. I don't want to see bad things come on the earth, and you go on the news and online or whatever, and you see just terrible things, people getting hurt. So, friends, it can be diverted, thwarted. We're still in prayer. We're in intercession. We're winning souls. We're discipling nations. It is the great and terrible day of the Lord. Great if you're on God's side, not so good if you're not. The separation's not begun. It's here. The separation of the wheat, the tares, the sheep, the goats, angels, demons, heaven and hell. There's no more middle ground. Either you're for Jesus or you're not. Doesn't mean you can't come to the Lord or you can't make a comeback. And simultaneously, we do take a stance that there's going to be a great move of God, an awakening, a revival, an outpouring. We're in it. We believe 1 billion souls are going to get saved between 2020 and 2040. More souls will be saved in the next 20 years than in the last 2,000 years. That I can tell you. So it's the greatest of times and the worst of times. But I want to prepare you, man. I want to prepare people. And here's why, I don't hear a lot of this in some of the pulpits in America being preached and ministered to. It's, some of the stuff that's preaching sort of like it's about you. God's going to bless you. You're going to be great, wonderful, have money, have a great marriage. It's all cool and all. It's all good. But the truth is, it's not always what God can do for us. It's what we can do for him. Are you in prayer? Are you fasting? Are you picking up your cross? Are you living in purity by the grace of God? Are you winning souls? And works are in the Bible. But let me pray for you. Father, I pray that America is in a pivotal moment, a critical moment. Lord, I'm praying for the church of Jesus in America. That's what I'm praying for. I'm not praying for America per se. I'm praying for the church of Jesus Christ in America and throughout the world to be strong, to have a strong backbone to be able to withstand the coming persecution and the warfare that's about to come on the earth. And if you made it this far in the rant, it'd be an honor if you'd subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance. Hit the like button, comment. If you have any comments about this, go for it. Friends, the Lord loves you. Be blessed. Amen.